Hi. Hi. My name is Richie. How you doing? Is what it is. Um, I planned on coming on a little earlier, but as they say in France, go fuck yourself. Twice. They don't say that in France. Um, Life happens. It is what it is. This cigar, sent to us very generously. Dream Life. Appreciate it. It's a big, fat, fucking cigar. It is a really fat boy cigar. I didn't look up the size, but if I had to guess, it's a 5 by 56 box press. If I had to guess, could I get a price check, and could I get a size check? I know the blend. It's Mexican San Andreas, Nicaraguan. So could I get a size? This is like a 5 by 56 box press. That's my guess. That's my guess. If that's a 5 by 54, that's a thick 54. That's what she said. Uh, can you tell? Look at that. Me Amor. Me Amor. This Me Amor. She's jumping around. Here's what it is. It's a nice band. It is a my father's cigar. So, La Roma de Cuba. I'm pretty sure that's an extension under the corporate Ashton line. And I think so. So in theory, not everything made by Ashton is made by Fuente. Not every Fuente is an Ashton. And not every Ashton is a Fuente. I mean, in theory, right? Because I'm pretty sure La Roma de Cuba, I think so. I could be totally wrong. I thought it was like the mid-tier brand for Ashton, but then made by my father. And I could be wrong on that. Why do I think that's true? Very full pack. It's been a while since I've had a my father's cigar, and it's like it's been a while just to say that. And what a tremendously full pack. I mean, stout fucking packed. Wowza, that's a lot of tobacco. That's a lot of tobacco. And there's nobody here, so it's just gonna be me and Caleb and smoking a cigar. It doesn't really look like a Mexican San Andreas wrapper. So interesting. Maybe it didn't go through a Maduro process. Maybe it's just more of a sun grown. I don't know. I don't have an answer on primings or color of the wrapper. I don't. Technically, that's just a grading system. I don't know. I don't have an answer for you. Can you paint with all the colors of the wind? Hi, this is Sycamore Girl. I don't know what to expect out of the cigar. I've had it like one time, I think, long time ago. Long time ago, like 2 years ago, maybe three. And I think I remember enjoying it, but and I think at the time I remember saying it's one of the better Aroma de Cubas. So let's see. Tremendous foot. What a tremendous foot. I can't believe how much tobacco's in this thing. It's a tremendous cigar. What a tremendous cigar. What a tremendous Nicaraguan cigar with a Mexican San Andreas wrapper. I love Mexican San Andreas wrapper. Fantastic. Fantastic, my friend. Fantastic. I don't know. Uh, there was no footband on this. Maybe there was in the cellophane. I took out the cellophane, or maybe there was no cellophane. I don't know. I didn't take out the cellophane today, though. Soft, gentle heat. I can't stress that enough. Here we go, baby. Ooh, that's hot. Fire's hot. Next at 10. Oh, look at all that hair. Not one to light up. Probably need another match. Spread that fire, baby. That's a spicy cigar off the bat. That's a long finish off the bat. That's a very long, heavy finish off the bat. Okay, so I have to smoke you so many beautiful high-end Fuentes, but they have a formula. This is not that. It's a good cigar. What I'm saying is, but the formula is different. This is right off the bat. Okay. Okay. 65 to 70% darkness. Lighter than like a Maduro kind of vibe. Kind of more like a sun-grown. Heavy finish. Long heavy finish. Right off the bat. Extremely spicy. It's a strong medium full off the bat. So you add that all. What is the cigar telling you? Well, it's not a weak bitch. Massive smoke output. This is not for newbies. Now remember too, if you're smoking this cigar and your cigar is very spongy and wet, and it's not as spicy as I'm talking about, your cigar's too wet. I can't stress it enough. Look at these bands moving. So really, this cigar is smoking optimal. I can't stress. I'm not saying it's an ass-kicking cigar, but it's stout. And it's such a different vibe than from all the high-end Fuentes and Diamond Crowns we've been smoking. Okay, tons of black pepper. Some red pepper, but tons of black pepper. Very earthy. Did I mention it's a My Father's cigar? Like, if you want like strong Nicaraguan cigars on the higher end side, you can go smoke Padron. If you want strong Nicaraguan cigars around mid-tier pricing, smoke My Father, the cigar. As an Italian, I gotta be careful how I say that. Smoke My Father's cigar. It's a brand. My father's like, what did he fucking say? What did this kid say? What's he gonna do? I made pancakes for this fucking kid. Every Saturday I made pancakes for this son of a bitch. And now he wants to whack me out? No, Dad, My Father's a cigar brand. Yeah, what about your mother? No, my mother, there's no My Mother's cigar. Your mother's cigars would be, if I did make a cigar brand, I'd call it Your Mother. And it'd be I wouldn't, all right, so I'm copying My Father's cigars, but it's not my father, it's your mother. My Father's cigars, your mom. Your mom's cigars, hey. Can I try a Your Mom, Connecticut? Yeah. Tomorrow I'm going to have a Your Mother Maduro. Wow. Yeah, fantastic. I think this is going to be a pretty simple review to do. Strong, heavy, powerful, spicy, off the bat, in your face. Although it's not offensive. I mean, it's a mid-tier cigar. It's aggressive. However, it's not extremely dark. A lot of guys, when they smoke cigars, they rate the strength by the dark flavors. So like, if a cigar's not that dark, like or Caleb, a little aggressive right there, Caleb. It's just me and Caleb, and he's talking about Santa Claus. there is a little bit of creaminess to it, slight bit of nuttiness, but the little bit of nuttiness this cigar has, and a little bit of creaminess this cigar has, is overpowered by massive black pepper and massive, massive amount of earth. Ah, okay, right there. Actually, just a little bit of toastiness and graham cracker. So, all right, trust me, this is no dessert cigar. It's not a really sweet cigar, but wow, the finish is so strong in my mouth, and my nose is all. After I let go of the smoke, my nose just became like if I was snorting wasabi at a sushi bar. Yeah, that's okay. That's a lot of spice, and it hangs around. It's lingering. Don't take Claritin. Just sniff this cigar. You'll blow the snot right out. No, there's nothing bad about this cigar, and but it's affordable. It's strong. It gives you a lot for your money. Um, do I prefer traditional My Father's over La Aroma? I think 6 to 1, half of the other. I think there's different tiers of My Father brand, and there's different tiers of La Aroma de Cuba. There's some very cheap La Aroma de Cuba that can still be enjoyed as long as you understand the price point. You know, I think this is a little more upper mid tier for La Aroma de Cuba when this came out, but by no means, don't get it twisted. Is this like, oh, some luxury cigar like the Garcia and Garcia? No, this cigar, it's got balls. I know it's a woman there, but the cigar's got balls, and it is what it is. Um, Kind of got to be a little careful with this cigar, but also here's the thing too. I've been I've been spoiled the past week smoking like 6 or 7 high-end Fuentes by Dream Life. And so what happens is when you only smoke like high-end, like higher end, smoother, beautiful cigars for a long time, like a week, every day, and then when you come back down to like a mid-tier that's Nicaraguan, it feels even more strong. When you, okay, you understand mentally what I'm saying is when you go from high-end Dominican cigars that are magical, that Fuente's doing, and you do that every day for a week, and then the next day you go to a mid-tier Nicaraguan cigar, you really feel the difference in persuasion, the different feeling. It's a totally different vibe. Like, like all those Fuentes, even in the last third, weren't as strong as this in the first third. So it's a different vibe. It's much more aggressive, Nicaraguan tobacco. And I have nothing bad to say about the cigar. Um, it's a different, it's just the other side of the world. You know what I'm saying? The sun and the moon, you know? Um, so it is what it is. There are some cigars that are just magical, beautiful, and there are other cigars that are, sandpaper, aggressive, toothy. And you're gonna feel it on this. Super long, heavy flavor, super long, heavy finish. Very, very strong cigar, especially after smoking all those Fuentes. But is it a good cigar? Sure. I don't know the price point. I don't think it's. I think it's well under $15. I think. I like the band. Got lucky with the weather. It's like 50 degrees out, so I got very lucky with the weather. I don't know how long I'm gonna make this review. I mean, there's nobody here. Not that Caleb's nobody, but it's just me and Caleb. Caleb, if I ask you a question, all right, let me see. I mean, All right. Well, we got two people here. It is what it is. The people have spoken. The thing about Nicaraguan cigars, generally speaking, there's no transitions. Once you go full strength, once you make a cigar strong from the beginning and you set the profile, generally that's it. You know what I'm saying, though? Whereas the Dominican side, with those Fuentes, they can never be as strong as this, but they can really make a magical blend. So, you know, two different things. A machine gun versus a precision bolt action. You know, it is what it is. His cigar can only do one thing: to be loud, strong, spicy, earthy, continuous, non-stop. It's full auto. It's belt fed. It can only do one thing. One thing. Don't expect it to. Don't short stroke it, baby. It's a long, heavy finish from the first puff. So that's cool, though. But that's all it's gonna do. Like the way it's delivering there's flavor, and the way it's delivering the flavor. Nicaraguans are very consistent with that. Now Fuente has a plan. Starts off, builds, 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 it builds, it builds, it builds, it builds, it builds up, it builds up, builds up, builds up. And by the time you get to like the last 2 inches of the cigar, you're like, wow, shit, yeah. It's kind of like how like when they do death row, and they numb the guy up, and like you don't want Nicaraguan death row. Nicaragua death row, they'll like they just inject you like right in the eyeball, like rest in peace, motherfucker. But in the Dominican Republic, they're like, all right, this is the first third of death row. You're like, oh, not bad. Hey, man, that's pretty smooth, baby. This is the second third of Dominican death row. You're like, fuck me. All right, man, I get to. Yeah, rich cedar, tons of black pepper, good amount of red pepper, a super long aggressive heavy finish. And then about a few seconds after I go with the finish, then my nose goes on fire. So yeah, that's a lot. Caleb's going old school, old man. Here's what it is. Old school, old man. But hey, are we talking about Henry? Are you talking about Winchester? Are you talking about Rossi? What are you talking about? Marlin? Pre-Remington? What are you talking about? What are you talking about here? You know, I never really got into lever. I've had them. I've had a 30-30 lever. You know, Marlin. It was nice. Hey, nice. I mean, it's a classic. I don't want to disrespect that. I had a Marlin 44. That one I regret trading at the store. That was great. That one was great. You see I'm going lever action. That's what it is. Yeah, 3030. Great cartridge. Great cartridge. Under 100 yards, fantastic. Now, Hornady, with their Levolution stuff, a lot of guys knock that stuff, but it did give you more range with the 3030. I always respected that Hornady Levolution. That 3030, the 3030 Levolution. It's pretty sweet stuff. And even the 44, because I got 44 for my revolver that has the tips. And it's not called Levolution on that because it's advertised for handgun, but that polymer tip, you get a more aerodynamic round, and it's safe to be loaded in line in a lever. People don't understand about lever action. Lever action rifles, or even if it's using a handgun cartridge like 44 Magnum, it's still a rifle. It's a lever action, and the rounds are stored in a straight line tube. So a round like 5.56 could never work in that because it's pointed, and in the tube, if you slam the tube around or drop the firearm or just the pressure, you don't want that pointed tip of that bullet pushing the primer. It's gonna go off. So that's why lever guns in 30-30, or I guess they do make 45-70 lever action, right? Do they? I know they had bolt, and I know they had break action. There is who makes a 45-70 lever action? I think they do. They do. That's Marlin, right? Yeah. So it had to be flat point, right? So it doesn't ignite. Wow, that's a strong cigar. And I'm not saying the cigar is killing me, but it's a strong cigar that doesn't let up every puff. Like this is stronger than all those Fuentes I had this week, and the J.C. Newman Diamond Crown, which is a Fuente. This is stronger in the first inch than those cigars in the last third, and that's just a different kind of party. It's a different kind of party. And even with this big boy gauge, it is still very intense, very strong. Even though it's not super dark, this cigar, in the presence, it's very intense. Very intense. And then people could ask me, well, how do you have a cigar that's a lot of black pepper and very earthy, but it's not a super dark cigar? Well, black pepper's a darker note, but there's different levels of black pepper, This is not like gonna kill you level of black pepper like Master Blends 3, but it's got a good amount. But when it comes to earthy flavors, there's deep, dark, like volcanic level earth where you're like, wow, this earth is scorched. Like, I can't taste anything for a week. And then there's dirt, like literally, dirt is brown. Sand is light brown. So you could have an earthy flavor that's not super dark. You could have a dirtiness, but not like, you get what I'm saying? Earthiness that, you understand that? I know tonight, it's very quiet here. It's just me and Caleb and a couple of pecklers and a couple of people just chilling out. Maybe they're not wearing pants. But at the same time, it gives me time to just talk about things that I might not get to. you're going to get a lot of time with the cigar. It is very slow burning. It is very thick tobacco. It is tremendously packed for its size. Um, my father cigars gives you a lot for your money. Even though it's Aroma de Cuba, it's my father. They give you a lot for your money. Um, Now, of course, when you get to the higher end stuff, Garcia, and that 10th anniversary, um, that's selective if you like them, but those get expensive. Um, but my father brand is known for mid tiers, $7 to like $13, $14. It's known for entry level mid tier, to like upper mid tier category, and they make great Nicaraguan cigars. I've smoked the shit out of my father's cigars in my past. Have I a lot of lately? No, because I'm always reviewing and I'm constantly switching things up. But I'm talking about when I used to hang out at lounges, well, I could smoke two my fathers or one Padron. And the two my fathers are bigger than that one Padron. So, unless it was a good week, hey, for $18, I could smoke two big my father Toros back in the day, a few years ago, not that long ago. And I can hang out for 3-4 hours. Have a great fucking time. I don't hang out in lounges anymore because the lounges in Colorado, they suck. Because the people suck. It's not the same. You go to New York, good or bad or indifferent, even a grouchy guy will talk to you. Even a guy that you hate will talk to you. Hey, man, this fucking guy, you're a Mets fan, huh? Fucking shit. Believe that shit. Did you watch that new De Niro movie? That's a piece of shit. You probably fucking liked it though, right? Fucking guy. This fucking guy. Really, I mean, in New York you go to a lounge, it's just mental stimulation, you know what I'm saying though? You go to a lounge in Colorado, nobody gives a fuck. There's no vibe. Nobody. It's not the same. It's not the same. The people here aren't built for cigar lounges. You go to a cigar lounge in Long Island, it is a gladiator battle of the minds, of the mouth. Holy shit. It wouldn't last one fucking second. Brutal. And the never-ending stories, guys talking about half-true stories, but they're entertaining. Everybody knows a tougher guy or tougher story. Oh yeah? Oh yeah? Oh yeah? Ba-da. I said hello to a guy at a cigar line. He was sitting like a few seats away. I'm like, how you doing? I said, how do you like that cigar? And the guy looked at me, and then he turned around and faced the other way. Oh, I guess I'll go fuck myself. That's all you gotta know about the people in Colorado. Like, you could see me? They're so stoned out, so mushroomed out. They're like, what? What is this Italian guy? What is the Italian guy doing in Colorado? Yo, man, for sure, bro. This is so weird. I was smoking on my father's cigar. Oh my God. In New York, you used to come out of the humidor and guys would bust your balls. Well, your balls were getting busted while you're in there. Everyone's talking shit. Yeah, this guy's, he only smoked cheap fucking cigars. Who gives a shit? And you come out there and you're like, oh shit, a Padron, huh? Would you rob a bank? You got some money? Give me some fucking money. Can I have a loan? What do you get? Does your wife know you're smoking fucking Padron? That's a lot of fucking money. Holy shit. Would you get a raise? Good for you, but go fuck yourself too. Fantastic. Colorado? Not so much. No interaction. New Yorkers is like the pigeons all hanging out on the power lines. Just shitting on everything. Colorado is, it's like a bunch of loner hawks. They don't have friends. They don't have friends. It is what it is. And I'm not. I don't. Not. It's not their fault. They're just not built for it. They're built for going on hikes. They're built for, I don't know, walking through the trails. I don't know what the fuck. I don't know what the people do out here. I don't know. Whatever. But nah, it's a weird vibe. But it doesn't feel like the country either, though. Like Long Island, you could go out to the East End and a little more rural, fishing, hunting, etc. Or you go upstate New York, so that's an adventure. The city, though, that's a different place. New York City is a piece of shit. It used to be a pretty safe city. It is falling apart. Yeah, nice. That's pretty cool. So yeah, cigar's getting a great burn, great draw. Very heavy presence. Very strong cigar. A very Nicaraguan cigar. And really, it's funny because this is Mexican San Andres. In this cigar, it's really not noticeable. You know, like you had the Oliva Melanio V Maduro. That's a Maduro Mexican San Andreas, but it's just, from what I've noticed, I think Mexican San Andreas wrapper is much better when it goes through the Maduro process. Maduro is not a wrapper, it's a process. It's a procedure. It's a fermentation process. Now, so yeah, take the Oliva V Melanio V Maduro. I think now this might be advertised as a Mexican San Andreas wrapper, Maduro, but I don't think it is. I couldn't see that. It just said Mexican San Andreas. If this is a Maduro, I don't know. I don't think it's a Maduro. It is too light, and it's probably a little too thin. My God. That's a stout cigar, but at the same time, it has some creaminess to it. Very long finish, though. Cigar's gonna get a 4.2. I think it's a solid, good cigar. I don't think it's an amazing cigar, but I think it can definitely be enjoyed. And I think it's definitely of a high value on the price point. And I think you get a lot for your money. And I think if you're looking for a strong Nicaraguan cigar, that's not super dark, but it's still heavy and strong, I think that you can have a good time with this in the mid-tier category. Because there's lower tier Nicaraguan cigars in this, and there's upper, mid-tier, and very high-end Nicaraguan cigars. So it's all different categories. But yeah, so I think this is a good Nicaraguan cigar that can be enjoyed if you're in that kind of stout, my father's cigar mood, but without being super dark like a Le Bijou. The Le Bijou is a much darker cigar. Not much stronger than this, though. I mean, this is pretty strong. I'm at a heavy, medium, full. Yeah, dry cedar coming into the mix. Okay, you know when I talk about cigars have a very oily feel? This is the opposite. The cigar has a very dry feel, even though it's a long finish. The cigars then have a very oily kind of feel, and it's not a very oily kind of wrapper. When you have a very oily, buttery feel to the flavor, generally the wrapper is going to be very shiny, has a very oily vibe to it. And I can't stress it enough. The fillers push what the wrapper is. The stronger the fillers, though, the more it pushes it. Is what it is. At some point, though, if you put a very low priming wrapper, though, a very weak wrapper, but extremely strong fillers, The fillers could just probably overtake the whole cigar where you don't even taste, where the wrapper's not doing anything to the blend. But you have a strong enough wrapper, the fillers are going to push what the wrapper is doing. The wrapper is the uniform for the cigar. How do you know he's a policeman? His uniform, right? The badge, the gun, the taser. How do you know he's a judge? The uniform. Well, where he's at too. I mean, it's not like I'm a judge. Like, sir, this is fucking McDonald's. Nobody gives a fuck. Not guilty. Those are my fries. So, yeah, you get what I'm saying. I guess the judge, part of his uniform is a courthouse. Because if you see a judge but you're not in a courthouse, it's a fucked up, weird, like, Illuminati party. You're like, Your Honor, nice to see you. He's like, kindly remove your mask. The fuck? Ding, 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 ding. The password, please. Yeah, very spicy. Did I mention the cigar is spicy, a dry vibe? It's a dry vibe. My God. It's in the last third, in the first third. It's a strong cigar. I can't imagine this building up. I mean, it's already a heavy medium full. What are they gonna do? What are they gonna do? Try to kick Richie's ass? Kind of flaky on the ash though. Oh, that puff was full strength. Are we gonna go to full strength after an inch? Wow. Okay. And you're gonna get a lot of time. I am 38 minutes in, and I am like an inch and a half in. You might get over an hour and a half with the cigar if you take your time for a Fat Boy Robusto. That's a lot of cigar for the money. It's gonna be strong. It's gonna make you dizzy. If you like cigars like strong LFD, Ligero, Double Ligero, Natural, you'll like this cigar. If you like cigars, My Father La Promesa, you'll like the cigar. Although the Promesa, I feel, is a better cigar. That's my preference, though. Kind of a similar vibe, though. The Bijou is a totally different cigar. If you like cigars like the My Father, just a classic My Father, you might like this cigar. We're at full strength. We're at full strength. Oh, spicy to the nose like wasabi. Not much to talk about the cigar besides the experience, though. Full strength, tons of black pepper spice, red pepper spice, tons of dry, brownish earth. You know what I'm saying, though? It's not super dark cigar. I have to describe that because people hear, oh, it's a very earthy cigar. It must be 80% darkness. It's not. It's 65, maybe 70, so. It's got those things going on for it, and some dry cedar. So it is a very rich, heavy tasting cigar, not a complex cigar, not a sweet cigar, not a heavenly cigar. It's in your motherfucking face. It's intense, hot, black pepper and red pepper rubbed in the dirt and stirred around with a piece of cedar stick. And not much moisture because it's kind of a dry vibe. So if you want intense, simplistic, Nicaraguan fucking party, you're gonna get that. If you like Padron, like 1,000, 2,000 naturals, on the natural side, you'll like this cigar. I can't stress it enough. I don't fucking lie. I know my shit. I might just seem like a regular guy sitting on his fucking porch just porch patio, whatever the fuck you call this, and it's legal. Sure, it's my porch. It's my fucking porch. Yeah, is what it is. Yeah. What a different party. What a different party. What a different party. A very heavy, very strong My Father cigar. Don't let the label fool you. And also, though, like I said, though, if you buy this cigar at a lounge and it's not as strong as I'm talking about it, your cigar is too wet. Okay. If this cigar was very wet and it wasn't igniting properly, it's going to affect the strength and the profile. You might have a shitty taste to it or a bitter taste. Wet tobacco is sad to me. You can't be smoking a cigar that's 75, 80%. It's not good. A bold cigar. Wow, it's just getting bolder. Wow, bolder. I'm an inch and 3/4 in. Very bold. Very strong. Very long, heavy. There's nothing weak about this experience. It's just not a super dark cigar, but really spicy, really strong, really intense. I'm gonna sleep like a baby. Not a good transitional cigar. Don't smoke this cigar and then have a Connecticut. Don't smoke this cigar and have an Opus. Don't smoke this cigar and even have a Padron. Smoke this cigar and you're done for the day. In fact, don't smoke this cigar at breakfast. Don't smoke this cigar at lunchtime. You have this cigar in your pajamas and then you go to bed. You don't want to smoke this cigar and be like, hey, let's go for a walk. Hey, let's walk the dog. Hey, let's go to Walmart. And you're like, oh, I'm so fucked up, man. It is what it is, right? Well, you got it. Not a cigar for your money. Tasty if you want a simplistic, dirty earth cigar with tons of black pepper and some red pepper spice and cedar. And I mean intense. Not like tenser for camping. I mean intense. It's a very easy cigar to review. For a man of my caliber, I don't have to delve deep into this. It's not like a mind-blowing kind of cigar. My Father's cigars, simple and bold, just like most dads. Go to bed. Listen, when I was a kid, if I heard my dad say that, go to bed, you should have already been sleeping. If my father said, go to bed, that wasn't a request. That wasn't even a command. That was a threat. Go to bed. Because the next thing, forget, go to bed. He didn't even say go to your room, go to sleep. He doesn't care. Just go to your bed. You could choose to sleep. Get out of his sight now. Go to bed. He'd say from the other room, but it sounded like he was right there. My father didn't have to yell. My father never had to yell. Go to bed. My father had like two options. An option of like when it was dinner time or he comes home from work. Hey guys, how was school? All right. And then there was like, go to bed. I'm done. I'm done. You're done. Go home. Go to bed. You're like, my brother was more stupid. My brother would be like, but Dad, it's only the 7th inning. But Dad, But Dad, I'm on the third level of Super Mario Bros. My father would just come in and unplug the TV. Go to bed. He wouldn't even say it again. You're still playing Nintendo because you're like, shut up. You should play Nintendo. He'd just come in and rip the cord out the wall. Dad! 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 Go to bed. I knew not to fuck with him. I was smarter than that. I was a little more street smart than my brother. I knew when my father said, go to bed. It's like that song, give me 3 steps, mist, and you won't see me no more. He was looking for you know who. Give me 3 steps, Dad. Your father's like, now you can't leave. So we're done talking about this cigar. It is a good cigar. It's a 4.2. But I can't sit here and review it to the last third because I know this blend. I know what my father does. And my father's cigars don't build up. Padron cigars don't build up. My father kind of cigars are everything all the time. Whatever it has, it's all the time. First time, last time. First puff, last puff. In your face. In your face. I mean, they make serious cigars, my father. They make serious cigars, my Padron. But they really don't make beautiful cigars. It's like they said in the Bronx Tale. Is it better to be feared or loved? Fuente wants to be loved. People love Fuente cigars. Nobody fears Fuente. I mean, they fear the gouge, but nobody fears Fuente. They love Fuente. My father's cigars? Padron cigars? See what I'm saying? You could be either loved or feared. Well, I think that's it. We're done here. 4.2, very strong. 65 to 70% darkness, very long, heavy finish, dry vibe, a non-dark earth, like a brownish earth. Very strong black pepper, red pepper, cedar. Very dry though. So it is what it is. I'll catch you around.